because for some reason it seemed to me that Tubman, being the person he was and being as shrewd as he was in politics, I just didn't see Talbert as having that kind of fortitude, and I thought that there would be trouble down the way. So it was an article looking at what Tubman had done, talked about the unification program, his unity program, talk about some of his negatives, and then trying to give a projection for what I thought what would occur in the future. Now this is unusual for a historian, because generally we don't like to venture in that direction. We pretty much like to deal with the past and look at data and documents and go back and interpret them. But it was a different kind of article that was saying what's next for Liberia, and I was sort of giving a projection of what I thought was going to happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then you talk about the unification policy, Tubman unification policy. This is something I've always been wondering about. How does the dates affect the life of the people at the time?
Well, I think really what was happening with Tubman, as they were moving towards the era of independence, newly independent African countries all around him, and I think he felt the need to make Liberia look more African, given this new reality. But at the same time, I think he was very concerned and felt threatened that this wave of independence, African nationalism, would spread to the locals and would present a serious problem for the Americo-Liberians. So I think what he did, he was skillful in what he did. I think he puts up an issue of unity, national unity, calls for national unity. He calls for integration, unification of the country, but basically his position was sort of to take over what was the beginnings of a nationalistic movement, calling for inclusion of all folks, but as a way of actually preventing the development of nationalistic movements among indigenous Africans. So I think he saw what the future was, and he tried to project himself into it in such a way that he can turn back the hands of time, or at least prevent the nationalistic movement from taking place among the indigenous Africans. So, and I think it was his political keenness that really allowed him to, I think he was successful in what he did, because it took a lot longer before the nationalistic ideas really would resurface again with the indigenous population.